Hey there, welcome back. So today we will be exploring yet another topic which is based on constructor, and the name of the topic is default constructor. So let's get started. For doing so, we would be adding a new project. So we will navigate to new and we will click on this option project. Let's add a new Java project. The name we will be giving as default constructor, and then we will click on finish. So no rocket science in here. Moving forward, we would be adding a new class in here, and the name of the class could be like hello, a pretty simple and easy to understand name. This class will also contain the main method, and the name of the package would be like org.steadyeasy. So pretty simple. Moving forward, let's click on finish, and here is our class where we also have the main method. Now moving forward, we would be adding yet another class. The name of the class would be like smartphone. Alright, and in this particular class there won't be any main method, so let's click on finish. Alright, so this looks cool. Now friends, whenever we would like to create an object of a class, we know that the constructor would be called by default, right? So moving forward, in this class, first of all we would be creating a property. The name of the property would be like brand, and in order to start with, let's initialize the brand with a generic name. Samsung could be a good option. Alright, so now we have this property which is initialized already, and moving forward, let's also add a getter method for the same. So in here, let's generate a getter for the same. In here we have this option of select getters and setters, so we will select the getters option. So now we have selected the getters only. So Eclipse would be generating the getter method for us, which is amazing. Now friends, as we know that whenever we would be creating an object of this class, the constructor should be called automatically. But now in this class, we don't have the constructor. So let us understand how things will go and whether we would be able to create an object of this class smartphone. So let's check it out. So I will type in smartphone phone equals new smartphone. So pretty simple. And in here, when we type in new smartphone, this particular part is nothing but call to constructor. Now, do we have a method by the name of smartphone inside this class smartphone? Definitely there is no method by the name of smartphone, but even then we are not getting any error, but there is some kind of issue. The issue is because we haven't made use of this phone object. So let's use the phone object as well. So I will type in phone.getBrand, and the getBrand method will return a string. So let us print this on the console. So I will simply type in sysout autocomplete and make use of this system.out.println statement. Oops, there is some kind of issue going on in here. Let me fix this properly. Alright, so now this looks good. Alright, so this is amazing. Let me execute this, and here is the output, which is perfect, right? Now friends, the question is, if there is no method by the name of smartphone, then how come we are able to call this method smartphone, which is nothing but the constructor in this class smartphone? The answer is that whenever there is no constructor in the class, Java will inject a default constructor, and this is the reason why there is no issue and Java is handling things magically, and we need not to worry about anything about constructor. But definitely in the object there is a constructor injected. Now what is a default constructor? Default constructor is nothing but a constructor where there is no statement, and if I code a default constructor, then a default constructor looks like this. So I will type in public, the name of the class, and inside the body of this method is nothing. So this is which is injected automatically by Java. Now friends, this is something which we can also manually code. In fact, we can add couple of more statements inside this constructor, which is okay. But by default, this is which is injected by Java in any class which has no constructor. So this is good. Now moving forward, we can do one more thing. In here we have a property by the name of brand. So let us create a constructor based on this field. All right, so let's do that. Click on OK, and now we have a constructor. Now friends, this constructor is with parameter, right? So as soon as we add this particular constructor, we can see that in here Eclipse has start complaining and it says that there is no constructor by the name of smartphone. But if we remove this constructor with parameter, then the issue vanish. Now how it could be possible that just adding a yet another different constructor we are getting this issue? Now the issue is because Java follows a rule, and the rule is pretty simple. Either you do it or I do it. So in here, if we are adding any constructor, then Java will not inject any other constructor. In fact, Java will not inject the default constructor, to be more precise, right? So if we are adding any constructor, then the default constructor won't be injected in the object of your class. But if we are not making use of any constructor, then definitely the default constructor would be injected. So this was the point, and no rocket science in here. Always remember this, that if there is no constructor, then a default constructor would be added in your class, and inside your object there would be a constructor available for you. Alright, so this was all for today's video, and this video is important because of your interview perspective. These kind of knowledge are important when we start our career in world of programming and world of Java. Alright, so this is all for today's video. This is Chan signing off. Take care.